Hi everyone, today I just want to make a video about how I changed after I quit drinking. And it's not a quick fix, you know. We all know that first few months, especially the first few weeks, you're just kind of all over the place, and it takes time. But it's funny just looking back, once you've got your affairs in order and you've started living your new identity as the non-drinker, the changes that come. And the first one is just being a lot calmer. I think my life was just so hectic before, genuinely. Just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of drama, even though it wasn't crazy drama. With the heightened anxiety, everything just becomes tenfold as worse, or worse. And feeling calm now is just an excellent thing, you know. Just don't have fireworks going off in my head, as I put it, all the time. Just waking up with a clear mind is just an absolute game changer. And I've no idea how I managed to put up with it in the past. I honestly didn't. And who wouldn't want total calmness in their life? It's definitely one of the best things that you can have. And the second one is just becoming more reliable. I was just really, really reliable when I was younger, and I was really a kind of stickler for it, you know. I would never, even when I was binge drinking, I would never not make an appointment or anything like that. If it was a doctor's appointment or hairdresser, I'd always do it. But with things like friends, I would always change plans. And I hate that word, change plans, because that's not what it was. I would wake up in the morning, hungover, the weekend or something, or I'd maybe go to meet a mate on the Friday night. I said I'm going to the cinema, but it gets cancelled because the booze comes first. All your grand plans during the week go out the window. And I would, quote unquote, change plans. And even when you go meet folk down the pub, they would be saying, and I wasn't the only one to do it, I think everyone does it. They would say, oh, I thought you were doing this and that. And I'd go, nah, change your plans, mate, change your plans. But it was just an excuse. And when you become more reliable, there's more trust put in you from those around you. You know, even in your work life or business life, if you're the one that's showing up all the time, not making excuses, you get rewarded, you know. And being Mr. Reliable is just a brilliant thing. The third thing that changed is just value in time. I just felt I was wasting so much time, wasting days away, especially the second time when I thought I could moderate after quitting for 4 or 5 years and getting back on it again. Started binge drinking as always, out of the weekends. And I remember just looking back on the month or the year and just I'd done nothing, you know. It was just mashed all into one, and what a waste. And I used to hate it. And you get to, you know, I'm 42 now, you know, arguably just halfway over my life, and I was fed up of losing time. And, you know, one day you'll have no time left, of course, and I want to make the most of it. And throwing away all those Sundays and hungover days and a Saturday and wishing the day away so I could have a pint at night or whatever is just ridiculous. The fourth one is just around ambition. With the brain fog, all the ambition goes. I think we all have grand plans, and grand plans don't need to be, you know, plans that you can't reach. You know, they're actual things that you could achieve, and everybody has goals in life and has ambitions to do something. And I just got nowhere when I was boozing. Nothing, just totally can't be arsed-itis, as I call it. Just that brain fog, we're just like, can't be arsed. That was my attitude. And compare that to the 4 or 5 years I was off the booze between 2017 and 2022. I was smashing everything. Courses, and set up a business and side hustles and fitness and health, and nothing's out of your reach. And it's a brilliant thing to have that back since I've quit again in July 2025. I just love having that ambition there. And the big difference as well is that you know you can reach that goal because you've proved it to yourself in the past. It's brilliant when you pass a course for the first time. I remember passing the first course. I hadn't really done anything in 20 years, and I remember passing it and thinking, you know what, Bryn, you've still got it. And I say that in a bit tongue-in-cheek, of course, but it was great. It was a great reminder that, you know, you can still do all this stuff. I can still reach my goals. You can still get promotions, set up your own business, and just have an ambition in your life. It's one of those things that gives you purpose. And I always ramble on about how important giving purpose is, you know. You need to find purpose sometimes to get out of bed in the morning and get motivation. And that's just linked to the ambition, you know, having those goals, the ambitious goals, gives you that purpose. The fifth thing is how healthy I am. What a shambles when, you know, you're out at the weekend and you spend half your life pretty much struggling, like dying and dehydrated and everything. It's kind of just ridiculous. And what a difference it's made to my health. Cooking my own meals, walking about. You know, I'm sure you've seen a few of my videos before where just walking about all day and it's no big deal. Even yesterday I must have done about 25,000 steps, and I could have probably done another 25,000 if I'd stuff to do. And everything changes physically, you know. Can you just imagine yourself after 3 months, 6 months, a year, when you've been drinking a few litres of water every day or diluting juice, you've been going for walks and going to the gym and eating properly. And as I always say, when I say like get healthy, you don't need to turn into an ultra marathon runner. You know, you don't need to be eating salmon for breakfast. I just do it an 8 out of 10, you know, just cook my meals when I can, still have a few cheat days, you know, have all my desserts that I want, but just kind of watch what you eat, you know, go for a few walks. If you've been in the house all day, just go for a half an hour walk, you know, stop buying takeaways, just cook your own food. And it's amazing how your skin changes and your eyes changes and the bags under your eyes go, and you just feel great. And it's this thing that just money can't buy. One of the big ones as well is relationships changing. I think that's the hot topic in the alcohol-free world, or one of them anyway. Well, definitely on my channel. You know, who wants to lose your mates? But sadly, once you become a non-drinker, a lot of these so-called mates, they don't want you around. Who wants the boring non-drinker there? And, you know, as most of you'll know, I don't speak to any of my old pub mates, and I don't think they even want to speak to me. That's the problem. Or, well, that's the reality, rather. And it's just something that happens. But, you know, I think 12 months after, all your kind of real friends in life become even closer. And family, I think, become closer. And relationship-wise, I just think you're totally in a better position. And the final one, and there's lots more I could talk about all day, what changed is just respecting myself. You know, I never respected myself when I was boozing because I knew I wasn't doing what I should be doing. I knew I was making excuses, I was being lazy. And it was harder the second time I started binge drinking after quitting, because it was fresh in my mind, those 4 or 5 years. I knew what I was capable of. I knew I could pass courses, and I knew I could get fit and eat healthy and get in good routines and learn stuff and be a better person, but it just wasn't there because the brain fog's there and the booze is there. And just to get that back and actually respect yourself, it's just a wonderful thing. And it's another thing that I just would never want to give away. And another reason why I just would never end up boozing again. But anyway, hopefully enjoyed this video. I'll keep them coming. And if you got any requests for videos, just stick them in the comments. If I've got something to say about it or experience about it, I'll make a video for you. But anyway, I'll wait to walk about Edinburgh again. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.